In today's guide, we're going in depth on all the ins and outs of sniping in Warzone, and we're going to do that while breaking down a recent 37 kill win that I had on Rebirth Island. Now, throughout this, we're not only going to focus on how to actually execute better with the sniper, how to actually hit more shots, but we're also going to focus on, gameplay strategy and things that you need to keep in mind when using a sniper that you don't necessarily have to keep in mind when using an AR SMG combo. Now, first things first, jumping in immediately, let's talk about settings. I get asked all the time, my settings stay the exact same. My sensitivity is the same, my ADS multiplier is the same, I'm not running a custom sensitivity presume, my FOV stays the same, so I've just focused on learning how to execute and hit shots with the settings that I'm on. Notice 2 enemies or multiple teams to my right side and 1 enemy flying in. Now, early game strategy is, the exact same as usual, guys. If you are subscribed, get loadout down as fast as possible. In my case, I'm landing hot here at control, so my goal is to get my secondary, get my sniper support as fast as possible, which we will talk about here in a second. Notice this loadout crate, but I'm also a little bit concerned about this enemy pushing up behind me, so I am going to go ahead, open this crate right here, get the Striker 9. We're going to push through, be able to take out this guy, and then we're going to circle back for that loadout crate. I've got the Car 98K here, which my build is down in the pin comment, and my sniper support for this one is the MCW aftermarket. That'll obviously change season by season, but the most important thing is TTK matters a ton. We also need to balance mobility and range, especially on Rebirth Island. Mobility is crucial to finesse in these close quarters. We still need good tac sprint, we need good sprint to fire, good, ADS speed, all of those things that allow us to finesse in these close quarters. But we also need a little bit more range. We need a little bit more range than a traditional SMG because of those kind of mid-range awkward fights. At 16 meters with an AR, you can easily win that fight if you get caught off guard. At 16 meters with a sniper, it is much tougher, although we're about to talk about how to do it. One thing I do want to mention, guys, I am not a quick scoping guy. I'm not a super aggressive, put myself in these crazy situations type snipers. I'm a very strategic sniper. I'm going to use it to open up fights, which we're going to talk about, and put myself in situations where it allows me to drop a 37 kill game. Now, right here, guys, I want to talk about this situation. I pull back, and this is one of the most important things when it comes to our close range and mid-range situations, okay? This is what I've always called break and swap, okay? So ideally we hit the headshot, but that of course is tough in this range. So what we are gonna do is break and swap, okay? You get one single shot. You get one shot, and no matter what happens, whether you down him, whether you break him, or whether you completely miss him, you are going to swap to your sniper support and finish it off. Whether you're going to finish the full kill, whether you're going to, finish off breaking him and get the down, or whether you missed him and you've got to actually win that 1v1 gunfight. But you get one single shot. Now, in this case, I get the break. Boom, there's the advantage. I have the health advantage. Unfortunately, I dead slide around this corner and am just not quite able to get him. Now, you are going to see break and swap here again in just a minute, but watch how fast this happens. Break, line of sight, we re-challenge, and we just set up that re-challenge immediately. One thing to keep in mind, guys, is make sure that you cock that sniper after you shoot it, especially when you are doing that break and swap tactic, because what you're going to see here is I'm going to hear an enemy pushing in. We catch 1 right there. We catch 2 to the left side. We catch 3 down below right there plating up at the door. And as I go to kind of implement break and swap, I did not cock the gun, which kind of throws everything off, and I end up dying. Look, guys, I show you my deaths on this channel because my whole goal is just to help you become a better player. Let's go ahead. I'm going to skip forward here pretty far. We're first circle is now closing here. I cleaned up a bunch of kills in Nova 6. Now we're going to go ahead and get our loadout down. Real quick, by the way, as we're getting loadout down, 65% of people that watch my videos over the past week are not subscribed. So if you are looking to get better and get more kills on Rebirth Island, take a second, make sure you are subscribed down below, and let's watch break and swap super quick. I missed the shot. We move. We immediately switch to the secondary. Now, I know that's not a big deal, guys. He was landing back in. All he had was a pistol. But the point is that I'm not going to commit to this second shot, right? I'm immediately swapping no matter what. That allows me to then go to work in close quarters with my secondary, which is what the sniper support is meant for. And now we're going to go ahead and keep rocking and rolling. Now, when we talk about sniping, guys, and I told you, I'm not this crazy, aggressive, quick scoping sniper. I'm trying to be more applicable to a lot of you, which is how do we strategically use it to get more kills? And one of the most important things is you know, let's talk about camping versus opening up fights. So right here in this moment, this guy's looking at some fighting that was happening over here in Grandma's house. So pretty easy kill at this moment. Obviously doesn't have high alert. We get the thirst and we notice the minimap pings. This is where I use a sniper to open up fights. I'm not going to force the Kar 98 in close quarter situations. I'm not just going to sit up on a rooftop unless I'm playing it strategically. And I'm going to put my sniper support to work. Like, I'm not sitting here going, I need to snipe every single person. I'm going to put my MCW to work right here for a little bit and be able to pick up a bunch of kills. That is the strategic way to do it. And then in a little bit, we're going to pick up a ton of kills with that sniper. Good shots right there. We're able to take out enemy number 2. Not 100% sure where anybody is. So we're just going to replate here and get right back into the action. Always, always, always listen for enemy flying in. I just heard it there. Obviously not in a position to snipe somebody out of the sky, but guys, always listen for it because it's a great way to get easy kills out of the sky. Yep, we hear somebody straight ahead. We're going to end up catching an enemy here in a second. And once again, we're not going to force the sniper here, right? A lot of people would be like, oh, I've got to snipe this guy and quick scope him. Like, no, I'm just going to use the MCW. We're going to be able to get that down. Watch the one guy to my right side, but I'm going to worry about that thirst real quick. Notice the enemy on my level on the minimap. Got to see this 1v1 fight. Can't miss it. I don't know what he was doing in there, but that's a pretty easy kill. Immediately going to work over this way, guys. Gameplay strategy-wise, when you hear the fighting, if you are subscribed, you know this, check your minimap. We easily see where we want to push to next, right? We're just going to go ahead and work our way this way. Quick reload, and then go ahead and work right back in. Now, I'm not 100% sure where anybody is until I see this monster skin right there, and we just go keep the pressure on. Once again, not forcing the sniper now. Guys, I promise you we're going to really get into some sniper gameplay and a bunch of kills with the sniper here in a second. Once again, immediately kind of working over towards the next ping, and then I get high alerted. So I am going to re-challenge this with the sniper here, but watch, what do you see? Boom, we get the down, okay? Good shot right there. We take one shot. It's a 50-50 chance whether we hit it, right? That is, you know, he kind of slid into my scope there. We'll take it. But what you notice here when you watch this full speed, watch how I commit no matter what. One shot and we commit. This mid-range situation, boom, we commit to that secondary and we're able to get that kill. Now, notice all of the fighting over this direction right here. This is what we're about to get mixy with. We're about to get really mixy and just start going to work. And now, actually, after this guy just gets absolutely destroyed with the MCW. I mean, you know what? You just got absolutely turned on, my friend. Now let's go ahead and talk a little bit about actual tactics for how to execute better, okay? After I go ahead and... Actually, let me push this forward. Let's talk about tactics for how to execute better. One super important thing that you need to keep in mind is bullet velocity, because this is going to dictate how much you have to lead. This is going to dictate your lead time, okay? The Kar 98 here is hit scan up to like 50 meters. So basically what that means is wherever this dot is going to be, up to 50 meters is exactly where it's going to hit. If you're on the guy's head, it's going to hit that. If you're on his chest, it's going to hit that. After that 50-meter mark, lead time starts to matter. Okay, so realistically on Rebirth, you don't have to think about lead time that much. Another big thing when we talk about perks, guys, is I think, you know, I'm still running double time because I love the outplay potential. Sleight of hand, I think, is super, super important, both for your reload speed and your swap speed, especially with the sniper, right? Being able to swap to that secondary in that break and swap situation, and then high alert. Guys, we're playing positioning with this sniper at times, so we got to trust that high alert. Trust that high alert. Let's go ahead and work our way over. This is a big one here. I want you to think about aiming with this so you can kind of see with your crosshair. This is a big one, especially when it comes to quick scoping, guys. Just aiming with your crosshair as much as possible, putting that dot on the enemy, and then zooming in. Boom. Unfortunately, not able to get the second. Now, why did I not swap there? We're not in a mid-range situation, right? Where this is a long-range situation. So when we get to those further ranges where we're playing positioning, we can double shoot with the Kar 98. Boom. Go in for number 2. Unfortunately, that guy peeks behind cover. Bunch of enemies back behind me, like up on the roof or something. Fighting over to my right side, and immediately what I'm thinking about is this guy has 20 seconds... right, has 20 seconds to get into zone here. So this should be a free and easy hold. Plus, I'm going to have a really good angle on these enemies right here. So we're going to play a little bit better positioning. We're going to reposition just a little bit to be able to get to a better spot, right? This is me finding a better angle. Now, in terms of tactics, guys, there's our second shot right there. there's kind of two tactics that you can use for sniping, and it depends on the situation. Now, what you are going to see right here is I'm going to let this guy run into my reticle. The other situation is drag scoping, where you're kind of like dragging across or dragging and letting aim assist kick in as well. This guy's running left to right, so I'm just going to let him kind of move into it. Unfortunately, I get the break there. Like I said, we're not going to swap this. We're just going to immediately go for that second shot, and then this is an important one. Take the extra half second. Make sure that you get this thirst. He has cover right here, at which point this puts me in an awkward spot, right? So I'm going to take an extra half second here just to make sure. You can see that slight pause there. So here's what it looks like full speed, right? Watch me hold, right? See how I just hold? I let him run into it. There's enemy, there's shot number 2, and then we just make sure we get that thirst. What is the one thing you just noticed right there? And I told you guys, we're getting into tactics here. There's a lot of stuff to unpack. Okay, I'm reloading. I see some guys over to my left side here, right? I see this enemy flying in. I see this guy right here. So I'm going to YY, okay? You're going to see me do this a few times here. I'm going to cancel my reload completely. Instead of putting 5 in, I'm only going to put 3 by YY, or pressing swap weapon twice, okay? There's my YY. Notice I only have 3 bullets in here, but I need to get this shot off immediately. Watch me just catch up to him. Boom. See how I drag there? And I kind of drag into him, and then when I hit that headshot, I notice it. So that's a lot of stuff, you know, talking about holding and letting them run into it. We're going to continue to see the dragging here in a second. Let's go ahead and push down low here. I know I have that thirst, haven't quite, or I got that down. I haven't quite gotten the thirst just yet. And like I said, guys, if you are looking to get better at Rebirth Island, make sure you are subscribed down below. Yep, let's go push in here. Trying to play a little bit of positioning, trying to get the angle right here, right? And that's a big one, guys. Like, I'm in a good range. I have the information. I just need to find a way to find a slightly better angle. Okay, now we're going to, once again, we got somebody outside here, not 100% sure. We go to work with the sniper support. We're not going to force the Car 98. But what do? We know there's still people over this way. We go to work with the Car 98. Watch the drag here, and then we'll watch it. See how I'm kind of behind him? Boom, there's the drag. Okay, watch it full speed. And we're actually going to see it again here in a second, and I won't pause that one. I'll just let it play. Watch the drag. Boom. See how I drag and kind of catch up to him? Now, I can't worry about the thirst. I got to worry about this enemy real quick. But I'm not 100% sure where he is. Watch the drag on this second enemy here. Watch me drag and catch up to him. Drag, boom. See how we drag and we catch up and we kind of keep that head level? Then we take the extra half second. I lied. I'm going to rewind. Watch the extra half second. Just make sure we get it. See how that extra half second, I don't rush that thirst, because if I don't hit that headshot there to get the thirst, then he ends up getting to cover, and I've got to figure out what I'm going to do. I don't know why I thirsted that with the Car 98, to be honest with you. I have no idea. Up to 23 kills, guys. And you've seen, like, we've executed well in close quarters. We've kind of committed to this Car 98 in this kind of mid-ish, longish range there. Up to 24 now. And we've just executed really well all the way around. Now, when we talk about sniping, guys, one of the biggest advantages with sniping is going to be your end game. When you get to that end game, the ability to take people out at those longer ranges is so important. If you're able to get power position and if you're able to get cover. That's one of the most important things when it comes to your positioning, is making sure that we are playing high ground. Now, when respawn disables, there's a subtle difference here. And you're going to see, like, I'm just playing patient here. Look at my centering, by the way, guys. I'm putting my crosshairs exactly where I think this enemy is going to be, so that if he turns this corner here, like, I am ready. I am 100% ready to just quick scope him, right? It's not necessarily a quick scope build, but I'm not going to have to adjust anything. I'm just putting that crosshair there, so I'm ready to go. Then I actually get rolled up on, guys. When we're playing positioning, got to trust that high alert situation. And you're going to see, once again, just aggressive with this sniper. I almost put myself in a terrible spot here because respawn is disabled. If I died here, I don't think I fly back. I definitely don't fly back, but we're thankfully just able to make a move. I don't know what he had, but I should not have survived that necessarily. Okay, let's get into endgame here. Let's start to play a little bit more positioning. You know, enemy flying in above. Like I said, guys, I just heard it kind of like 2 seconds ago there. We hear him flying in, and we're able to hit that shot there. You know, and that's where we just take that shot. I hear the ladder over to my right side. We're going to challenge here, but we also need to trust our high alert, right? Trust that high alert from control. And the biggest reason you have to trust that high alert is because everybody else is running the Car 98 as well. So, like, if you're getting looked at, like, you better assume that it's a Car 98 and not an MTZ 556, and that you're literally, you can go down immediately. Now, what do you notice right here? What do you notice in this moment, okay? Put yourself in my shoes. I do this all the time, guys, to kind of allow you to make decisions and allow you to think through this. You know, 6 other teams got 27 kills. You know, circle's not closing yet. We know there's people below us. We know there's a team at control. Like, what's your thought process right here? This is where, especially with the Car 98, let's rotate early. Let's get to that power position early here and put ourselves in a spot where we can get that high ground. Remember, ideally end game is in circle, which I am, with cover, which I am, then power position, which I'm not, right? I don't really, I can't put my sniper fully to work here because I don't have a great view of what's happening around me. I don't have that high ground view. So that's what I'm really thinking about throughout this. You know, okay, I'm looking at prison, and then I'm like, I might have just hesitated a little bit too long. I think I just hesitated a touch too long here, but let me go ahead and get tower. And notice I don't have self-revive, guys. Self-revive with the Car 98, with how many people are using the Car 98, is so important. Yep. Broken. No break and swap there because that's too far. I probably could have gotten it, but I mean, we're just going to work with this sniper now. I told you we were going to go to work with the sniper. There's a reason I chose this gameplay here. Thirst. This guy's dropping down below. I'm not going to chase him, though. I'm not going to chase him. Now, what do you notice here? 29 kills, 6 teams, 21 seconds till circle closes. No, we're not in zone yet. We're going to rotate early, guys. We're going to rotate before we're forced to. And I am going to trust high alert with my absolute life right here. I am looking dead straight ahead, okay? What you are going to see after I break that enemy, unfortunate, there's the second shot, can't quite get him. What you are going to see is I'm going to commit. I am going to look straight ahead here, okay? We're going to jump to here, and then I go, I know where I need to be. So I am going to look at this window and this window, which are open for enemies, you know, maybe down below as well. But, guys, I'm just going to trust high alert. If I get high alerted, I'm pull and shoot, and I'm going straight down. And I'm just like, please don't get high alerted. Please don't get high alerted. Because now I'm in a great position here to just go to work here with the sniper. Unfortunate, not able to hit. We hit that one. Take the extra half second. Boom. Dead. Take the extra half second. Boom. Dead. Let's make sure that guy doesn't get to cover. I know that there's teams up here, right? And look at our circle here. You know, they've got to get to about right here, which puts me in a great spot to be able to snipe them. But also thinking about the fighting that's still happening to the left side here. We just shoot the outline at that point. I don't even think that was a headshot. I think I just hit him in the body and he was low health. One over this way. Down. Extra half second. Notice that extra half second there, because if I miss that, it's going to get really awkward to be able to get that down. Extra half second. Right? Just making sure, not rushing that thirst. Unfortunate. Thought 1v1v1, by the way. One guy pushing up ladder. Just not a smart play for me to try to quickscope him there. And now we're in a really tough spot here, guys. I can't rotate early. I don't have a gas mask because we were fighting our positioning so long. Also, we weren't looting a ton, right? One thing to keep in mind, bonus tip if you made it this far, if you did make it this far, I appreciate it, is like because of our range with the sniper, we don't loot bodies as often. So you got to be really careful about ammo. You got to be really careful about like gas mask, self-revive. Like in this case, I'm able to stim right here, but this stim is going to allow me to win this game. I'm going to be honest with you. That stim right there that somebody didn't pick up is going to buy me just enough time to be able to slip in here. Actually, no, I didn't even use it. Just kidding. So I probably would have been okay either way. One enemy right there. Watch the break and swap again right here. I'm just going to keep harping on this because I love it. Like, it's so good with a sniper. There's nothing he can do there, right? I don't have to be perfect with the headshot. And that kind of encourages you in those mid and close range situations to not try to be perfect, right? Like, just rip the shot and then it commit to that swap. I don't know where he is. I'm just going to keep clearing with the MCW here. Yep. We're just going to keep clearing at this moment. I know one's above me. So I know for sure one's above me here, which puts me in a tough spot because we can just waiting game this. Like, he can just keep waiting and waiting and waiting. Okay, down to a 1v1 here. Probably should have grabbed... Did I grab that? Yeah, I grabbed that for stims in case I needed them. Yeah, watch me stow. Stow the stims. Yep, refill. I'm still worried about where this guy is because I have no idea. But he is going to challenge me here. And we're in the 1v1 fight. We just execute perfectly there with that MCW, guys. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. What was that, 14 kills? 14 kills with the sniper right there. So that kind of shows you, like, I'm not forcing it. I'm using it to my advantage. As I always say, guys, let's get better today. And I will see you tomorrow.